This episode is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana is in the business of driving you happy. And with the widest selection of used cars under $20,000, you're bound to find a car that'll put a smile on your face. They even offer customizable financing so you can plan your down and monthly payments. To shop thousands of affordable vehicles 100% online, download the app or visit Carvana.com. Availability may vary by market.
To another Shorty. This is our Shorty for February. Can you believe it? We're here.
We are.
I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, what is time? I everything's the same. Every day is the same.
Why am I here?
I'm pulling for the summer,
Yeah.
Living for the summer right now. So,
yeah. I have this really toxic trait where I won't stop buying new clothes. And I'm like, for what? Like, for where? I haven't left my house in almost a week. Like, what? Where am I going? I've been living in the same pair of pajama pants and a hoodie, like that's covered in cat hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, Cassie, you posted something that just like really hit home. It's like when you change into a new t-shirt or whatever. Because I'm like, I literally have been in sweats for like a week and a half now.
Yeah. Literally, we were talking with our girls group chat that we were like saying, honestly, every single one of us, I'm like, I have literally had the same pants on for 3 days in a row. And I just literally changed my shirt because I'm on camera meetings. Like it's, I am a fucking pigsty. I'm disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, I just put the same pajama pants I've been wearing all week in the laundry this morning because I spilled coffee on them. Like that's where we're at. I can't tell you when I wore jeans last. I'm living in leggings or sweatpants. Or pajama pants. It's one or the other. Something with a loose waistband. Stretchy situation is happening.
My Rent the Runway orders right now. Like last month, I ordered sweatpants in them and like loungewear. That's where I'm at. Rent the Runway, rinse that shit, and good for them. Smart move.
I'm shoeless all the time. I have a slipper and cozy sock.
Yep,
sitch.
Yes,
like that's 100% of the time. Don't remember the last time I put on shoes.
I have a sock and slide sitch that I do. I socks into my slides if I have to take slocks is where I'm at now. So that I could take Rose out to go to the restroom. So it's just socks and slides. I am that person.
I need to buy a pair of slippers. Like I've been saying it to myself forever. I should just do it. Just go buy a pair of slippers.
Birthday gift.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. So before we started recording, you were both talking about Yellowjackets and how excited you are about that show and how good it was. And I cannot wait to watch it. But it made me think of this would you rather question that I stumbled across. And I think this one is going to be particularly difficult for Cassie.
Oh, great.
Would you rather spend a week in the forest or a night in a real haunted house?
A week in the forest.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Cassie loves camping.
Yeah.
I guess when I think about that, I'm like a week in the forest with provisions or without provisions, because that makes all the difference. Like, because do you have are you up on the camping stuff, or are you kind of out there like trying to survive?
I think either way, I would rather do a week in the forest because, like, listen, I don't know what's real and what's not, but I ain't trying to tempt fucking fate. I'm not staying in a haunted house. Like,
yeah,
I'm not,
my brain would get to me.
When Eric made me watch Insidious, I was like, why isn't that wife immediately once she finds out no,
well,
we
here's
don't
the
do
thing.
that. We don't live in the murder house. We don't stay overnight at the Borden
No.
house, no.
Oh, I want to do that.
No. It's
I
bad
wanna stay in
vibes.
the Borden house.
Bad
Well,
vibes.
okay, here's the thing. If I'm having to kind of like survive in the forest on my own for a week, like I didn't pack, a backpack full of Nutri-Grain bars. Like I'm trying to like do this for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would rather be in a haunted house for a night because I feel like the same way that like your brain would get to you like in a haunted house for an evening.
You got Blair Witch behind you.
Yeah, Blair Witch vibes in the forest by myself.
That's
like
true.
I feel like at night when it's dark and like you're hearing everything like like I really feel like I would lose it a week.
Oh,
and I
man.
love camping. But camping one is a group activity. I'm not
You're
doing
right.
that like into
You're-
the wild solo camping
That's
shit.
true.
Like
You're making good points. I didn't think about the being alone aspect.
Yeah, I don't
of
like
it.
that.
a
Yeah,
week
did it say
in the
alone?
forest. It didn't say alone. It didn't say alone. So I mean, we could take it whichever way we want. I mean, I like to push it to the extreme. You're alone in a haunted house for a night, or you're alone in a forest for a week.
As long as I had provisions, I would rather be in the forest. I think.
Yeah, me too.
Easier
if I
to
have
hide.
provisions.
Yeah, if you have a good tent and you have like equipment, something to make a fire with, all of that stuff, then I might be able to go forest because you can keep the fire burning, right? You just stay near it like all the time, like. But I don't know, man. I've seen The Revenant and I've seen The Walking Dead, and both animals and people very scary in the forest.
Well, I think that you have more to fashion weapons with too.
Well, I don't know what's in the haunted house. There's probably knives, right?
Well, you can't. What are you fighting a ghost with? What goes right through them?
Are we really breaking down
Yes.
whether or not you
Are you fighting a ghost? You're
can't
right.
fight.
I'm sorry. You are right. Like
You can't
just
fight back.
You just gotta hope you make friends with that ghost. Like you're just like, listen, this is
I
your
come in
place.
peace.
I'm only here for one evening. I'm not trying to provoke you at all. Like,
Nope.
we're just kicking
I'm in,
it.
I'm out. We're just gonna kick it.
I won't pull out any Ouija boards. Okay, we're
No.
not bringing anything else
no.
in here.
I won't even light a candle. Fuck that.
You're just gonna sit in the dark.
I want only electric lights, like only flashlight, electric. If I really don't even want to have to light a candle. I just don't want to disturb.
What if you get like a really cool like 20th century ghost? Like you get like a 1980s ghost who just wants to like do
Oh.
cocaine all night or something.
Hey. Your ghost is like, hear me out. I'm thinking about opening a restaurant. I have this really cool idea. It's pizza, but it's also a sandwich. And it's, you're just like,
Yeah, it's like,
wow.
are you interested in having a roommate? Like this ghost is just really lonely. It's like, there's been no one here to listen to my ideas.
No, you're going to get stuck with that ghost of the person who has had an MLM.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You have to sit through an
Boss
all-night
babe.
pitch. Like
Let me tell you how I'm able to make $3,000.
You're dead. You're dead.
what do you need it for? But you know what? I would humor the fuck out of that ghost. I'd be like, and then taking notes. Sounds good. Okay. So do you want to hop into some stories?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I can kick us off.
Cool.
This one's a really short one. We got to dinner and he talked about himself the entire time. If I talked about myself at all, he would fake falling asleep at the dinner table and
Okay.
snore.
I'm sorry.
You can go fuck yourself, sir. Like, honestly.
Goodbye.
This happened every time I tried to say something. Once I would stop trying to talk, he would wake up and go back to talking. There was no second date.
Wow.
So he would every time she tried to talk, he would pretend to fall asleep.
That's the rudest fucking shit I've
Can
ever
you
heard.
Imagine.
What a piece of shit.
Like that really is a who raised you. Like that calls for a real
Fuck
who raised
you.
you. Like why are you even on a date with another person
Honestly.
if you're not interested in what they have to say whatsoever? Ugh.
Okay, I got one here that will also make us pissed.
Okay.
Great.
She says, native girl here. Was seeing a guy a couple years ago who wasn't the same race as me. We were grabbing food. The place was by an area where there are a lot of homeless indigenous people. A few native guys were standing in a group behind the restaurant having a small argument.
I'm already mad.
Yep.
The guy I'm on a date with says to me, "Why are your people always so angry and violent all the time? Is it because you guys are mad that we stole all your land from you?" I was appalled and in shock. That was our first and only date.
What makes you think that that's again? Like, what makes you think that that's an appropriate thing to say to another person? It's so fucking insensitive. And then, okay, never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Anybody that's saying your people,
people.
I'm like, I'm at autumn. Bye, bitch.
I'm sorry,
Bye.
what?
I'm sorry.
Is this a story from
I don't know.
Canada? Because that sounds... I mean, we're not good to our
No,
indigenous
not at
people.
all.
However, I will say they're pretty fucking awful. Okay, well, mine won't make you mad, but it will make you laugh. I went on a date with a man who was obnoxious right off the bat, bragged nonstop about his car, was rude to the waitress. This man ordered a turkey club with extra mayo, with a cup of mayo on the side.
What? No.
He proceeded to eat his mayo club while dipping mayo club into said bowl of mayo.
Oh, it's too much.
I'm going to fucking vomit.
It was raining mayo at this point.
Oh my
mayo
God,
all over his
disgusting.
hands, the corners of his mouth. I was shocked and embarrassed. And the waitress was shocked. It was awful.
That's so gross. I just could visualize it, and the consistency. There's not on a date.
Mayonnaise can only be described as gloppy. Like, you know what I mean?
Gloppy.
Like, that is the consistency of mayonnaise. So no offense if you like mayonnaise. However, if there is a lot of it, it is so like you're dipping. I can just imagine the like dip and scoop of your sandwich.
You lost Christina right there. I'm done.
I am too hungover for this conversation.
Oh.
Right now.
Hideous.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, this one made me laugh. I left in the middle of a movie once. The date was going great, but I forgot that I had left a pot pie in the oven in my apartment. I remembered a few minutes in and whispered something along the lines of, "Gotta get my pot pie out of the oven so I don't burn down my apartment. I'll be right back."
I would not come back.
Somebody leans over in the movie and whispers that into your ear. "I gotta get my pot pie out of the oven."
Be right back.
Oh my God.
I did return.
okay?
I did return.
Like a code word?
But she was pissed. I thought we could go see the pot pie and have a laugh. Arrived at my previously empty apartment to find my brother and the neighbor girls drunk and naked in my living room.
No.
Showed her the pot pie, and she said something along the lines of, "You're a jerk. Take me home." You get home, your brother and the neighbors are naked in your living room, and you're still like, "But here's the pot pie."
I swear, I didn't bring you home for this. It was definitely a pot pie situation.
I think a pot pie situation is going to be my code word for something moving forward in life now.
It's your safe word now. Pot pie. Pot pie. Pot pie.
We got a pot pie situation brewing over here.
And to me, that means we got to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do you, was he stoned? Because like, how do you forget you've put a pot pie in the oven and you've scheduled a date with somebody? Like,
it sounds like a high thing. Yeah.
Sounds like weed.
Sounds like weed. Okay. So this guy had me meet him at the movies, all well and good. He picked one out without talking to me, and I shrugged it off. He said it was the only one he was really interested in, and I figured, whatever, strike one. The movie finishes. It was okay. It had Kevin something in it.
great. One of the Kevins.
There's a few Kevins.
And we walked to the diner near the movies. On the way, he asks about my dog, so I tell him about my pup. He tells me he has geese.
What?
Cool.
Geese?
Sorry, what? Geese?
Hold on.
You don't keep geese. Geese keep you. That's a fucking beast.
100%. Geese
It
keep
is
you.
a dinosaur for real.
They're terrifying. Geese are scary.
Awful.
They're mean. Yeah. She says, cool, I like geese. He then tells me in graphic detail how each of his former geese had died.
What?
He doesn't even stop when we get served our meal. I opt for a burger. He continues to tell me how his geese died as he picks apart a full chicken. Strike two.
Whoa.
I lose my appetite. We then walk to his bus stop. He hasn't stopped talking about geese. I, to this day, know several goose facts that I had never known that stuck. He finally gets to the last death and then goes into how you can tell a coyote got the goose in very graphic detail. I collect bones, and even I'm weirded out by this point. He gets nothing more than a hug as he leaves. He texts me later saying I should have kissed him and that he was disappointed. I tell him I'm not feeling a spark, and he blocks me.
Listen, again, it's good to have passions. Okay, we love a good passion. However,
Dead geese.
nothing but geese, all the time. It's a little much.
Especially like they're like deaths, you know, it wasn't even about like,
That's
oh,
very
this is what it's like
weird.
to keep geese. It's like,
That's how they died.
Do you keep
how
geese
all of my geese died.
This is how my
Just,
geese
like,
died.
for them to die? Like, it's very weird. Very weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
This story makes me chuckle just for this simple opening statement, which is out to dinner. He's wearing white jeans. It's the early 90s. I've already got this visualized. And he doesn't realize he stuck his whole side of his hand in barbecue sauce. Rubs his hand down his leg, and it's got a huge greasy stain running down. Excuses himself to go to the bathroom to try to clean it. Smeared it more.
You better throw those pants away.
They're done.
Yeah.
White jeans, done. Excuses himself to the bathroom, tries to clean it, smeared it more. Plus, it looks like he peed his pants. Brings me home, leans into a kiss, and hits some center console button and the rear hatch of the car. He sets off the alarm and can't get it to stop. And at this point, he tucked his tail and went home. Never heard from him again.
This guy's a walking calamity.
I know. It really is.
A calamity.
Oh, geez.
Those ones are fun, where it's just like something's going on in your astrological chart that like it's disaster after. Like, just go home and go to bed. Tomorrow's a new day.
Universe is saying no.
No more.
No more.
And every woman knows. So just a heads up for every man. No white jeans on a first date.
Oh, on a first date, I was going to tell you, I did just buy a pair of white jeans. They're
First
the
date
only
feels-
pair I've ever owned, but they look so good, Cassie. They look so good.
They do.
I have a feeling they're only going to last me a couple of wears. The amount of, I've worn them one time, the amount of like nervousness I felt at every moment. I was just like, look at where you're sitting before you sit down. Like, make sure there's no makeup on your fingers before you pull up your pants. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like so worried about it.
The anxiety of the white pants.
I know, but they're so cute.
Yeah. They're cute, but it's never a first date move.
No,
Never.
especially
Yeah,
you
you're
ordered
dooming
barbecue
yourself to
sauce.
some.
You ordered something that had barbecue sauce.
There
Brave,
it is.
bold. Like, look, you got to order like a potato soup at best. You know,
Oh,
like
Something white.
neutral.
Chicken breast.
Yeah, chicken breast and steamed cauliflower, and like that is it.
Yes. And drink water. The end.
Yes. I have the worst one. I will end with this. This is terrifying and very short.
Uh-oh.
She says, I went on a date with a guy I met online. I had recently quit sex work, but he didn't know that. This guy started bragging about all the quote-unquote hookers he had been with, and that his brother was in prison for accidentally killing one. He went into detail about how he dismembered and disposed of her. Needless to say, I excused myself and there was no second date.
Honey, even if you had not been a sex worker.
Why would you think that that's an okay thing to share with any woman on a date?
Anyone.
Any person. Any person.
No. Yeah, that's going to be a hard
How
pass.
scared would you be
Listen.
if you were
No,
on that
that's
date? Terrified.
Terrified.
Wow.
Honestly.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. Like, I'm so happy that she made it out of that situation and was able to write that story, because I would be so scared.
I saw a TikTok, and I'm going to start using this, I think, in my day-to-day life. When someone says some wild-ass shit to me, this lady goes, you should look them dead in their face and just go, what was your intention?
Yes. Yes. Make them explain. What was your intention?
And then you just silently, like, wait for them to, like, what was your intention in telling me that?
Right?
Yeah.
What
What
was
were
the
you
purpose? Let them
trying
explain.
to get from me? What did you want from me? What kind of reaction were you seeking? Please explain.
I'm going to use that all the time now. It's just like when someone says something shitty to you or like whatever, just like look them dead in their eyes, calmly just ask them that. I'm like,
Amazing.
That is
so
a
much
powerful
power.
move.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it. I am writing that down,
yes,
because I'm going to
me
use
too.
that too. What
I
was your
did. I was
intention?
like, what was your intention in telling me that?
Wow.
Love it.
Well,
If you have motivational things that you want to say, if you've got a wild ass date story, like if you went out with West Elm Caleb, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
cheers.